Sonia Buckley reporting from the steps of Parliament House. There are people of all walks of life who won't stand for the Andrews government plan to shoot the Brumbies.
Well, we've got that many other animals that are up there that are creating so much trouble. Pigs, there's millions of them. Deer, there's millions of them. These are heritage horses. They've been there for 100 years. They deserve the right to be there. They've earned it.
It's wrong because it's our heritage. Our veterans rode into war on their ancestors.
Nobody's proven to me that there are so many Brumbies that they need to be reduced. I know there are a large number of deer and pig and wild dogs and wild cats that need to be reduced in the high country, causing not only damage to the environment, but causing damage to farmers. This government's just ideologically opposed to horses, in my view, full stop. And their first and easy option is to randomly shoot some horses and say they're looking after the environment. Well, that's not looking after the environment. They've failed totally to look after the environment, which is why most of it burnt recently. When they get to look after the environment properly, the non-Indigenous vegetation that's out of control, the pigs, the deer, the wild cats and wild dogs and foxes, then I might listen to them.
They've been hundreds and hundreds of years. There's other animals doing a lot of things, like there's the deer and pigs and that, they can do a lot of damage. But I think this is an overkill.
There's no way you can kill a horse out of a helicopter or a running shot. The only way you can do it is straight between the eyes, humanely.
When they were culling a while ago, they would do it from helicopters, and there'd be mares running with foals half out of their womb, and they weren't shot in the head, and they'd fall down kicking, and there's the half foal still hanging out. That's disgusting. There's no need for it.
At the end of the day, they make excellent riding horses and carriage horses, and I have actually worked with people who have disabilities and ridden Brumbies.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think that the Andrews government have any connection to country people, and they actually need to come out to the country. They need to get down to Gippsland, they need to get up into the high country, they need to get into the Barmah Forest and talk to the local people, the people who live, breathe and work this land, who know the local terrain, who know the Brumbies, who know that it's not the Brumbies doing the damage to the environment, it's the pigs, the feral pigs, it's the feral deer. They outnumber the Brumbies by hundreds and thousands even, and they're the ones that wallow and do the damage to the environment.
The fact is, we've seen this government stand by while they tear down buildings across this great state, heritage buildings. The next step is shooting these beautiful animals, our heritage as it lives and breathes. That's what they're doing. It's the destruction of Victorian heritage and Victorian history. I think management is certainly something that's so important, and I would never ever devalue the management that's needed to preserve these animals and their ecosystem. But I think fertility management, darting, rehoming if necessary, these are the sort of tactics that we can use. They are proven to work, but this government just won't listen to the voices of the community.
I think horse lovers are all very peaceful people, and they want to look after the environment and they want to look after native animals as well as these horses. Now, I hope it doesn't cause civil unrest. I absolutely would urge people not to take that action. We need to take the action that's available to us through the democratic system, make sure they contact members of Parliament, the Premier, the Environment Minister, and use every means at their disposal in a peaceful way to ensure that we save these horses. I can't imagine anywhere else in the world where this would happen. There are horses in the New Forest, in the Camargue, in France, in America, the Mustangs. If we set about totally eliminating or even massacring a large number of those animals in those areas, there would be a revolution. There would be civil unrest. So I hope that doesn't occur. But the government has to listen. And Parks Victoria can't ride roughshod over everybody. Parks are owned by the people. I suspect this will just be the thin of the wedge. They would like everybody out of their parks and forests, whether it's a logger, a prospector, a rock climber, a trail rider. Nobody will have access to these public spaces that are owned by the people under this government.
My name's Sonia Buckley and I'm the director of the Save the Brumbies Documentary. Please go to our YouTube link to support the cause.